Is all infinity symbols, loops.
Oh, you figured it out. No pun intended. Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time, and history. All that is left is what's here.
No wonder they're also insane.
I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world, here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but
merciful lobotomy!
They would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my
merciful lobotomy!
Anyway, and I am told I was once quiet professional.
Merciful lobotomy! That's two words that don't fit together. Also, it's not Ouroboros, it's Ouroboros. Idiot.
Really? It is so unlike me to make an error in everything I do.
Should probably just call him an asshole instead, or probably more fitting. Why terrorize them, you jerk?
Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host.
Are you blaming me for this?
There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micromagnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts.
The fact that I've been shot in the head and survived, right?
Yes, very good. I should have mentats ingest you instead of the other way around. Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the autodoc in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem. And the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial selves into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation...
So that's why they got the idea after I popped up. That's not a coincidence, was it?
I consider coincidence to be profanity, along with the words astrology, herbal tea, and luck. So watch it, potty mouth. My threat broadcast is designed to instill and install fear. And along with the emotional download, other data rides the fear carrier wave. It prompted them to focus on retrieving those technologies and bring them to attack me. And coincidentally, pardon my language, all those technologies are needed to put a brain, your brain, back into its skull properly.
But they downloaded the schematics, we can rebuild them.
Oh, that means my plan is a total failure. That is unfortunate.
You're an idiot.
Oh well, at least I tried.
Why?
Yes, this is getting interesting. You are just filled with these little slices of curiosity, aren't you?
Yeah, we've gone back to this.
Well, it's simple. Without...
Okay. Let's just go through this.
I would spell it out for you, but when I... In any...
Yes. So set on the loop to keep them occupied.
Yes, I certainly wouldn't loop it on purpose. I am far too sophisticated to make such a childish error.
Do I know anything about the other visitors?
Not much, except they contaminated Big Mountain and installed new ideas in the think tank. One caused a great deal of infrastructure damage with his brain and smartiness. Ruthless, that one. Played a little rough with the trains. But the last one was the most dangerous. Him, slipping away. That was almost as bad as the think tank escaping.
What do you mean?
The first one, the ruthless one who smashed up our toy trains, asked for weapons, power, items he could use to destroy a nation with force. The other asked a different question, and with it got the true answer about what makes nations and what breaks them. He spoke to the think tank, to Klein, showed them the flag of the old world, and it made them remember all of it, all that had happened. They shared things with him that they shouldn't. He now carries those ideas, that knowledge elsewhere. Yes.
Is this the only option I have left?
Oh, intriguing. Well, if there's... How should we begin? Engineering viruses, cancerratic beams, atomics, electrocution...
I think I shouldn't have gone into that whole...
Should I summon my minions? Yes, my minions. Whoa, have they not constructed themselves yet? That's a bit premature of me. The Robo-Scorpions, of course. They can assemble themselves from floor panels and parts scattered about. Quite inventive. Never really know when they might suddenly appear. Minions, destroy this intruder! Or perhaps make it more dramatic. Minions, to me!
That's pretty good.
Oh yes, that's quite a bit better.
Excuse me a moment.
Good boys and girls, take their medics.
Battle is what you desire.
Okay, we're back to this point in the conversation. What is the purpose of these technologies?
The X2 antenna can be used to focus your alpha wave frequency thought patterns. The sneaky suit? Why, it houses a cardiac regulator. And the sonic sound wave projecto emitter was never intended as a weapon. It was a medicinal vertebrae pulse desensitizer.
That explains
In
the...
short, brains, a heart, and courage. Spine. I think there was a story once where a band of murderous thugs sought these things.
Oh, great.
They had them all the
Thank you,
time
Oz.
in the story. Didn't stop them from murdering to get them. And it won't stop the think tank either.
Was there any other data and everything?
Yes, my overly aggressive cammed up broadcast was designed to keep reinforcing the forget, fear, rinse, and repeat program. Oh, and the get me the things to castrate your only possible escape attempt. But I couldn't delete you or your arrival any more than I could the other visitors. Only so much science can do when you started talking to them. You're really quite difficult to ignore, you know. It's because you're, well, rather intriguing, if you'll forgive an old brain for saying so.
Well, thank you for telling me this.
Indeed. The goodbye part of our little chat, then. Goodbye. Please mind the equations on the floor.
And thus I didn't have to kill him. Anyway, you said my brain somewhere here. Is this my brain? Yeah, my brain! Fantastic.
I was mad. Preposterous. Not an angry bone in my body. Had them all removed.
Okay. Well, time to get my brain back.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through bits of radioactive muck again?
Wait, are my brain talking to me?